Crash course on the top 50 largest empires by land area in world history. 1. British Empire, 13.71 million square miles. The British Empire was the largest empire in history, spanning across almost a quarter of the world's land surface at its peak in the early 20th century. 2. Mongol Empire, 12.74 million square miles. The Mongol Empire was the largest contiguous empire in history, stretching from China to Eastern Europe and encompassing much of Central Asia. 3. Russian Empire, 8.8 million square miles. The Russian Empire was the largest contiguous empire in the world, spanning across much of Eastern Europe and Asia. 4. Qing Dynasty, 6.55 million square miles. The Qing Dynasty was the last imperial dynasty in China and ruled over a vast territory that included modern-day China, Mongolia, and parts of Russia. 5. Spanish Empire, 5.46 million square miles. The Spanish Empire was one of the largest empires in history and controlled vast territories in the Americas, as well as parts of Europe, Asia, and Africa. 6. Umayyad Caliphate, 5.44 million square miles. The Umayyad Caliphate was one of the largest empires in history and spanned across much of the Middle East and North Africa. 7. Abbasid Caliphate, 4.29 million square miles. The Abbasid Caliphate was a Muslim empire that succeeded the Umayyad Caliphate and expanded its territory across much of the Middle East and North Africa. 8. French Colonial Empire, 4.02 million square miles. The French colonial empire was one of the largest empires in history and controlled vast territories in Africa, Asia, and the Americas. 9. Yuan Dynasty, 4.0 million square miles. The Yuan Dynasty was a Chinese dynasty that was founded by Kublai Khan and ruled over much of China and Mongolia. 10. Qing Tibet Plateau Empire, 3.82 million square miles. The Qing Tibet Plateau Empire was a short-lived empire that existed in China and Tibet during the early 20th century. 11. Ottoman Empire, 3.72 million square miles. The Ottoman Empire was a Muslim empire that spanned across much of Southeast Europe, Western Asia, and North Africa. 12. Safavid Empire, 2.97 million square miles. The Safavid Empire was a Muslim empire that ruled over much of modern-day Iran, Iraq, and Azerbaijan. 13. Portuguese Empire, 2.85 million square miles. The Portuguese Empire was a European empire that controlled vast territories in Africa, Asia, and the Americas. 14. Timurid Empire, 2.79 million square miles. The Timurid Empire was a Muslim empire that was founded by the Turco-Mongol conqueror Timur and controlled much of Central Asia and parts of Iran and Afghanistan. 15. Mughal Empire, 2.77 million square miles. The Mughal Empire was a Muslim empire that ruled over much of South Asia, including modern-day India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. 16. Byzantine Empire, 2.71 million square miles. The Byzantine Empire was a Christian empire that was the continuation of the Eastern Roman Empire and ruled over much of Southeast Europe, Western Asia, and North Africa. 17. Swedish Empire, 2.36 million square miles. The Swedish Empire was a European empire that controlled vast territories in Northern and Eastern Europe. 18. Han Dynasty, 2.13 million square miles. The Han Dynasty was a Chinese dynasty that ruled over much of China and parts of Central Asia. 19. Achaemenid Empire, 2.0 million square miles. The Achaemenid Empire was a Persian empire that ruled over much of modern-day Iran, Iraq, and parts of Central Asia and the Caucasus. 20. Spanish Colonial Empire, 1.96 million square miles. The Spanish colonial empire was a European empire that controlled vast territories in the Americas, as well as parts of Africa and Asia. 21. Roman Empire, 1.92 million square miles. The Roman Empire was a European empire that ruled over much of Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. 22. Abbasid Caliphate, 1.85 million square miles. The Abbasid Caliphate was a Muslim empire that succeeded the Umayyad Caliphate and expanded its territory across much of the Middle East and North Africa. 23. Macedonian Empire, 1.81 million square miles. The Macedonian Empire was a Greek empire that was founded by Alexander the Great and ruled over much of the Mediterranean and the Middle East. 24. Seljuk Empire, 1.72 million square miles. The Seljuk Empire was a Muslim empire that ruled over much of Central Asia, Iran, and Anatolia. 25. Danish Colonial Empire, 1.65 million square miles. The Danish Colonial Empire was a European empire that controlled vast territories in the Americas, Africa, and Asia. 26. Han Dynasty, 1.63 million square miles. The Han Dynasty was a Chinese dynasty that ruled over much of China and parts of Central Asia. 27. Arab Caliphate, 1.62 million square miles. The Arab Caliphate was a Muslim empire that emerged after the death of Prophet Muhammad and expanded across much of the Middle East and North Africa. 28. Khazar Khaganate, 1.5 million square miles. The Khazar Khaganate was a Turkic empire that controlled much of Central Asia and Eastern Europe. 29. Parthian Empire, 1.48 million square miles. The Parthian Empire was a Persian empire that ruled over much of Iran, Iraq, and parts of Central Asia and the Caucasus. 30. Aztec Empire, 1.43 million square miles. The Aztec Empire was a Mesoamerican empire that controlled much of central Mexico. 31. Inca Empire, 1.26 million square miles. The Inca Empire was a South American empire that ruled over much of the Andes region. 32. Song Dynasty, 1.24 million square miles. The Song Dynasty was a Chinese dynasty that ruled over much of China and parts of Southeast Asia. 33. Yuan Dynasty, 1.2 million square miles. The Yuan Dynasty was a Chinese dynasty that was founded by Kublai Khan and ruled over much of China and Mongolia. 34. Vijayanagara Empire, 1.15 million square miles. The Vijayanagara Empire was a South Indian empire that ruled over much of southern India. 35. Assyrian Empire, 1.1 million square miles. The Assyrian Empire was an ancient Near Eastern empire that ruled over much of the Middle East. 36. Khmer Empire, 1.01 million square miles. The Khmer Empire was a Southeast Asian empire that ruled over much of present-day Cambodia, Thailand, and Laos. 37. Danish-Norwegian Colonial Empire, 0.99 million square miles. The Danish-Norwegian Colonial Empire was a European empire that controlled vast territories in the Americas, Africa, and Asia. 38. Ottoman Empire, 0.96 million square miles. The Ottoman Empire was a Muslim empire that spanned across much of Southeast Europe, Western Asia, and North Africa. 39. Chola Empire, 0.95 million square miles. The Chola Empire was a South Indian empire that ruled over much of southern India and parts of Southeast Asia. 40. Kingdom of Hungary, 0.91 million square miles. The Kingdom of Hungary was a European kingdom that controlled much of Central and Eastern Europe. 41. Mughal Empire, 0.9 million square miles. The Mughal Empire was a Muslim empire that ruled over much of the Indian subcontinent and parts of Afghanistan. 42. Achaemenid Empire, 0.9 million square miles. The Achaemenid Empire was a Persian empire that ruled over much of Iran, Iraq, and parts of Central Asia and the Caucasus. 43. Portuguese Colonial Empire, 0.88 million square miles. The Portuguese Colonial Empire was a European empire that controlled vast territories in the Americas, Africa, and Asia. 44. Holy Roman Empire, 0.82 million square miles. The Holy Roman Empire was a European empire that controlled much of Central Europe during the Middle Ages and early modern period. 45. Timurid Empire, 0.8 million square miles. The Timurid Empire was a Muslim empire that ruled over much of Central Asia, Iran, and parts of the Caucasus. 46. Fatimid Caliphate, 0.77 million square miles. The Fatimid Caliphate was a Muslim empire that ruled over much of North Africa, the Middle East, and parts of Europe. 47. Sultanate of Rum, 0.75 million square miles. The Sultanate of Rum was a Muslim empire that ruled over much of Anatolia. 48. Ashanti Empire, 0.7 million square miles. The Ashanti Empire was a West African empire that ruled over much of present-day Ghana. 49. Kanem Empire, 0.7 million square miles. The Kanem Empire was a Central African empire that ruled over much of present-day Chad and Libya. 50. Mamluk Sultanate, 0.67 million square miles. The Mamluk Sultanate was a Muslim empire that ruled over much of Egypt, the Levant, and parts of Arabia. Here a poem on these world's largest empires. From the ancient to the modern day, great empires rose in every way, stretching across the land and sea, their power and glory forever to be. Egypt's pharaohs built pyramids high, a legacy that still touches the sky. The Greeks and Romans paved the way for the Western world to come out and play. The Mongols rode their horses wild, conquering lands from coast to child. The Ottomans, mighty and proud, stretched their empire far and loud. India's Mughals ruled with grace, leaving a rich and vibrant trace. The Chinese dynasties stood strong, ruling for centuries, never gone. Spain's colonies were vast and bright, expanding the world with all their might. Portugal, Denmark, and Norway too. Their colonial empires, they grew and grew. Africa's Ashanti and Kanem too, ruled with pride, forever true. The Americas saw the Aztec and Inca reign, their cultures and legacies forever to remain. These empires rise and fall, their stories we continue to recall. From the battles fought to the art they made, their impact on the world forever engraved. Asterisk asterisk start planning your next global adventure with ease and convenience with our booking.com referral link. https://www.booking.com/index.html $aid equals 7989335 as a great choice to plan your next trip. You can find and book flights, hotels, cars, and local attractions all in one place, and their price match guarantee ensures you're getting the best deal. Thank you for kind support our Anhub Metaverse channel, and please watch more interesting videos here.